At 6:33 p.m. today, a key meant for your next home was duplicated without your consent. You will find out who. Archangel Michael says, listen carefully, for this message is not ordinary, it is divine, urgent, and meant especially for you. As the clock struck 6:33 p.m. today, a subtle yet spiritually disturbing act occurred that will alter your direction if not brought into the light. A key meant for your next home, your next chapter, your future, was duplicated in secrecy, and without your permission. This key isn't just about a door. It's symbolic of an opening, a shift, a place of peace, new purpose, and divine alignment that was destined for you. But now, a shadow has touched it. A person, cloaked in hidden intent, tried to copy what heaven had reserved solely for your hand. You may have felt it, a strange tug in your spirit, a sudden discomfort or flicker of unease. That wasn't random. That was your soul sensing interference, spiritual trespass. Archangel Michael has come forward now to expose this interference and guide your spirit with truth. The key that was duplicated today is physically real, yes, but more importantly, it holds spiritual authority. It is linked to a home, a sacred space that was meant to bring you restoration, wealth, and safety. But someone who knows of your next steps, is attempting to get access before you do. This person is not just curious, they are strategic, watching, listening, and moving with cunning. They are connected to your past or present environment but have recently become obsessed with your rising favor and unfolding fortune. They saw an opportunity when your guard was down. They do not believe you deserve what is next. They think that by holding a copy of your key, either literally or symbolically, they can manipulate entry into your future. What they don't understand is that spiritual authority cannot be duplicated by earthly means. You must know this. The energy surrounding your next home is rich with ancestral alignment and divine inheritance. That space holds answers to long unresolved questions. It carries light that will expose enemies. That's why the enemy wants in, because what's coming will unmask the dark. Archangel Michael says, your life is undergoing a divine rearrangement. You've likely been feeling detached, a little more guarded, slightly more reflective. This is not a coincidence. Heaven is preparing a new dimension for you, a new residence of both body and purpose. The individual who duplicated the key is watching for your next move. They are not random, they're someone who once acted like they were on your side, but their motives have shifted with envy. You may have seen the change in their eyes or felt it in their words recently. They were present in conversations you once thought were harmless. They may have complimented your upcoming transition, praised your dreams, and smiled while secretly plotting their way in. Their hand touched the key, and now the energy has shifted. That's why today's act, 6:33 p.m., was so significant. The duplication represents more than intrusion. It was a spiritual signal that someone is trying to step into your space, undeserved and uninvited. But they are unaware. Archangel Michael guards what is sacred. You'll notice strange happenings in the next 72 hours. A missed call from an unusual number. A message that seems out of place. A conversation that brings up your future home unexpectedly. Pay close attention. These are divine clues revealing the identity of the intruder. Do not panic. Do not confront blindly. The heavens are watching, and timing is everything. What has been taken in secrecy will be exposed in the open. And when it does, you won't need to fight. Your elevation will be your vindication. In the spiritual realm, a lock has already been changed. Though they may hold a physical copy of your key, they have no access to your destiny unless you hand it over. Do not engage emotionally. Do not explain. Do not reopen closed chapters. Archangel Michael says your next home holds not just comfort but power, strategic encounters, divine ideas, and financial elevation will all blossom there. The enemy senses this, which is why they're in a hurry to intrude before you step in. This home may not have walls yet in your physical reality. You may still be searching or waiting. But spiritually, the space is already assigned, marked, anointed. And anyone who tries to enter without divine clearance will face invisible resistance. Over the next few days, watch for a conversation with a woman who speaks too eagerly about your new beginning. She may joke about keys, security, or changes. Listen carefully. Her tone, her eyes, her timing. She knows more than she lets on. Someone is jealous not just of what you're stepping into, but of how you're doing it. With grace. With quiet strength. With a sense of divine guidance. And that's what bothers them most, because they can't replicate that kind of inner authority. You were meant to move forward without needing to convince anyone of your worth. And that's exactly what you've been doing. But this sudden duplication attempt is a sign. They're scared you'll actually make it. They tried to copy the key, but they cannot copy your essence. They can't mimic your spiritual favor. They don't understand that what is meant for you will always require your soul's frequency to unlock. The doors that are coming will recognize only your touch. Even if someone physically holds a key, they will fumble in frustration when it fails to open anything of value. Their attempts will turn into delays, and those delays will eat away at their own path. You will find out who did it. Not through anger, not through confrontation, but through revelation. Heaven will orchestrate their exposure in such a way that all masks will fall without you lifting a finger. Archangel Michael says this act of duplicating your key has actually accelerated your journey. The violation triggered divine retaliation. The road ahead has now been cleared faster than planned because this interference demanded a heavenly override. Let that sink in. What was meant to slow you down just gave your angels the legal right to speed you up. From now on, your steps are surrounded by sharper discernment. Your space is guarded by divine surveillance. Your voice will speak only what builds, and your ears will hear only what aligns. This is your confirmation. The place you're going is not only protected, it's prophetic. You don't just live there, you will lead from there. Others will seek your wisdom in that space. Battles will end in that space. Your rest will be holy there. The duplicator will face confusion. Every time they try to access something they shouldn't, they will feel drained. The locks in your life are spiritual now, and only those with pure intentions will be able to access your presence, your peace, your power. You may receive a dream soon. In this dream, you might see a door. Pay attention to the color. You may hear someone knocking. That is your spirit's way of preparing you. Who is meant to enter will knock with humility, not invade with theft. You are being given the power to reclaim ownership of your space, your energy, your dreams, and your home. Forgive the one who tried to get in, but never again give them the blueprint to your foundation. They have revealed themselves without realizing it. Let their revelation teach you how sacred your elevation really is. You are rising. Your future has been written. And your home, your real, destined home, is sealed in the divine. The key may have been duplicated, but the locks have already changed. You are safe. You are protected. And you will know exactly who tried to step in. Not for revenge, but for clarity. So when you walk into your next chapter, don't look back. Just know the angels are guarding every door now. And you'll never be locked out of what was created just for you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You are now walking in a space of supernatural discernment. What once felt hidden will begin to shine with undeniable clarity. The person who duplicated your key may believe they have succeeded, but they will soon learn that access without spiritual alignment leads only to frustration and divine blockages. Archangel Michael says, the locks on your next chapter are guarded not by steel, but by light. The kind of light that blinds the uninvited, the unworthy, the unhealed. You will be the only one permitted to turn that key because it recognizes your divine frequency, not just your fingerprint. The one who made the copy did so with a mindset of entitlement. They assumed that proximity gave them permission. But heaven doesn't operate on assumption, it honors alignment, truth, and timing. As the days unfold, this individual will begin to feel out of sync with you. They will try to reconnect in subtle ways. A message, a favor, an unexpected drop-by. All attempts to re-enter your energy and evaluate how much you know. Your silence will disturb them more than words ever could. Because your peace, your calm presence, will become their mirror. It will reflect their desperation. And where there is desperation, exposure is not far behind. You will receive sudden insight, perhaps while journaling, praying, or even during a quiet moment in the day. A name will come to mind. A face will flash across your spirit. That will be your confirmation. You will not need proof in the earthly sense. The truth will be too loud to ignore. And once heaven reveals a name, the energy between you and that person will shift permanently. Nothing will be the same again. Your future home is not just four walls. It is a spiritual sanctuary. The next space you enter is a culmination of every tear you've cried, every betrayal you've healed from, every promise God whispered to you in your loneliness. Because Archangel Michael says, divine territory is guarded by divine authority. This is a law they did not consider when they acted. They thought you were just moving houses, but in truth, you were crossing into prophecy. They underestimated your spiritual backing. They didn't know your name was written on that threshold long before the home even existed. They didn't see the angel stationed outside, nor the light embedded in the foundation. But now, it's too late. Heaven is watching every move they make. And you are being silently escorted toward your elevation, step by step. You may even be called to visit that property again soon, or one that's connected to it. If this happens, pay close attention to the energy when you arrive. If your spirit feels uneasy, the duplicator has already been nearby. You will sense it in the air. You will feel it in your gut. But don't be afraid, walk in with authority. Every shadow has to flee when your light enters. There will come a moment when the person who made the copy tries to admit something. They may frame it as an accident, a joke, or say they were just trying to help. Don't fall for the performance. This is not about punishing them. It's about learning the lesson. Not everyone deserves access, no matter how familiar their face. Not everyone can handle your future, even if they've survived parts of your past. You've changed. Your journey has sharpened you. The one who duplicated the key is stuck in a version of you that no longer exists. That's why they don't recognize your boundaries. That's why they tried to sneak in. But your elevation has made you untouchable in ways they can't comprehend. You are no longer accessible on casual terms. You are covered, chosen, and set apart. This home represents the return of things stolen: time, energy, opportunities. Everything you lost while giving too much to those who gave too little. And the fact that someone tried to enter before you is evidence of just how powerful this next move will be. They saw it before you did. That's why they tried to intercept it. But interception is not activation. They can hold the copy all they want. It won't respond to them. Only you have the vibration. Only you carry the spiritual code. Soon, you'll sit in that space and remember this moment. You'll smile, not because of the pain or the betrayal, but because you'll realize it all made sense. The duplicator only exposed what needed to be sealed. Your home will be filled with laughter, light, healing, and creativity. It will be the kind of place that people enter and say, "Something about this space feels peaceful." That peace will be your legacy. And no duplicate key can steal that. So move forward now with confidence. Don't let fear distract you. Don't let suspicion rob you of peace. What happened at 6:33 p.m. today was simply the trigger to protect you faster, sooner, more securely. You are being covered on all sides. What they tried to take will turn into testimony. What they tried to ruin will become a revelation. And what they tried to copy will return to them empty. Your future cannot be duplicated. Your soul is the only original key. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The clock struck 6:33 p.m. and the spiritual alarm was triggered. A chain reaction in the heavens began to unfold the moment that key was copied. What they thought was a clever act of quiet access turned into an official spiritual case file. Your name at the top, marked, divinely protected. This wasn't just about a door or a lock. It was about your timeline, your transition, your breakthrough. And what they unknowingly did was confirm one thing: they fear what's waiting for you inside that next season. They saw the glow of your blessings before you even stepped into them. They noticed the alignment forming around you, the way things started falling into place for you silently. And it made them panic, not rejoice. They moved out of fear, not support. But Archangel Michael says fear-driven moves only expose imposters. And now you know. You're no longer wondering who's for you and who's just watching you. That copied key is now the evidence heaven needed to accelerate your divine protection. Locks have been changed not just physically but energetically. What worked for others around you before will no longer work now unless they come correct, with truth and surrender. The person behind this may soon experience blockages. Projects will stall. Opportunities they thought were secured will fall through. People will begin sensing their deception, not because you exposed them, but because spiritual order is resetting everything around them. Your silence will be your sword. Your absence will speak louder than confrontation. When they reach for what they thought they had access to, they will meet divine resistance. And you? You will continue rising, without looking back, without explaining, without dragging old energy into your new sanctuary. A few signs will follow soon after. You may notice an increase in repeating numbers like 333, 444, or 777, signals from the divine confirming protection, alignment, and spiritual activation. You may dream of locks or doors or be given directions in your sleep. Pay attention. The person who did this is likely someone who has copied your moves before. They mimic your phrases, your style, your choices. They don't know how to create, so they imitate. But what they forget is that spiritual authority can't be borrowed. It must be embodied. They made the copy at 6:33 p.m., believing no one saw. But a divine being stood beside them. The moment their fingers touched that key, the vibration of their intent was recorded. And now it's written in the records of spirit. You've done the inner work. You've trusted when it was hard. You've given love when it cost you. And now, the reward that's coming is sealed, unchangeable, unshakable, unmatched. This future home may have been delayed, but it will not be denied. The moment you step into it, your soul will recognize it. You will feel the stillness, the certainty, the knowing, and suddenly, all the strange resistance, all the unspoken tension around this transition, will make sense. You'll see how they tried to block it, and failed. This person has access to people you once trusted. Don't be surprised if others begin distancing themselves as well. Heaven is removing those who carry residue of disloyalty. It's not rejection, it's protection. Let them go. The more you release, the faster you rise. Archangel Michael says, your real key is being placed into your hand now. And it opens more than a door. It unlocks freedom, creativity, love, legacy, and divine leadership. You will sit in that home and receive visions, new plans, strategic connections, unexpected favor. All because you refused to fall for the imitation and chose to wait for the original. Every hallway will echo with purpose. Every window will shine with clarity, and every step you take within that home will rewrite the story of everything you thought you lost. There's a reason this key was important, because what's behind that door isn't just a house. It's the proof that everything they tried to block has now become unstoppable, and while they hold a lifeless copy in their hand, you hold heaven's seal in your spirit. You didn't just survive their scheme. You outran it, outgrew it, outshone it. So stand tall now. Walk boldly. Keep your head high. Let the energy speak for itself. Your true home, your sacred next chapter, is no longer waiting. It's being prepared. The key that truly matters has your name carved in light, not metal. And it's time. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. And now, as the air begins to shift around you, a sacred calm is coming. It will come in waves, gentle, reassuring, undeniable. You may find yourself breathing deeper, feeling lighter, standing taller, as if an invisible weight has been lifted from your shoulders. That's because it has. You are no longer tied to fear or uncertainty. What happened at 6:33 p.m. today was not just a violation, it was also a trigger for transformation. It brought something hidden to the surface, something you needed to see before stepping into your new home, your new identity. Archangel Michael says, the enemy always attacks when you re closest to destiny. They don't show up when you're weak. They appear when your light is starting to shine brighter. The copied key is proof that your next level isn't imagined, it's real, powerful, and within reach. Soon, the house will call you. Not just physically, but spiritually. You may feel an urge to visit a certain area, check a listing again, drive down a familiar street with new eyes. That's divine guidance, nudging you forward, placing your feet in alignment with your future. Don't ignore these promptings. They are gentle instructions from above. Your angels are speaking through signs, dreams, numbers, even overheard conversations. A doorway is opening, but only for you. The person who copied the key may try one last time. One final message, one strategic conversation, one manipulative offering. Stay vigilant. Don't let false kindness lure you into reopening what heaven has already shut. Because this is your season to lock out anything that drains you. This is your time to close doors to confusion and open only to clarity. What belongs to you will feel right. It won't need convincing. It won't hurt your spirit to accept. This new home is more than an address. It's the headquarters of your elevation. The command center of your next miracles. It's where breakthroughs will flow, where relationships will heal, where joy will return and stay. And once you enter it, you will not be the same. Old doubts will dissolve. Lingering sadness will lift. And for the first time in a long time, your soul will whisper, I'm home. Let this be your confirmation. What was copied cannot be claimed. What was taken without permission is already void. The key they hold is a symbol of desperation. But the one placed in your hand is a seal of authority. There's no force strong enough to stop what's already in divine motion. No lock formed by human hands can deny entry to someone anointed by heaven. You may still feel emotions stirring, anger, betrayal, disbelief. But let those emotions pass through you. Do not cling to them. Let your focus remain forward. The path ahead is cleaner now. The distractions are falling away. And the key you carry now opens more than doors. It opens seasons. The home will come with strange coincidences. An unexpected discount. A seller who feels drawn to you. A neighbor who instantly becomes a connection. These are signs of alignment. Do not let fear trick you into shrinking. What's next requires all of you. Stand tall. Speak boldly. Declare your space without apology. You will be able to sleep in peace again. You will walk barefoot in that home and feel healing under your feet. You'll stand at the window and feel hope enter your chest like breath you didn't know you were missing. Everything stolen from your past seasons is about to be returned, in double, in beauty, in peace. Archangel Michael says, when heaven sees a soul ready to rise, it secures the territory in advance. Even if man copies the key, heaven still owns the house. You are not behind. You are right on time. You are not locked out. You are being led in. And the sound of that door unlocking soon will be the sound of every limitation breaking off your life. You will smile, not just because the door opened, but because of everything that had to be removed before you walked through it. The duplicator will soon face the consequence of trying to take what was not theirs, not by your hands, but by spiritual law. You will not need to lift a single finger to protect what's yours. The angels already stand post at the gate. Let that key stay in their pocket. It will rust with time, but the one in your hand? It glows with divine light. It carries your name etched in the unseen. You have been watched over from the beginning. The battle was never just about a home. It was about your right to peace, your right to flourish, to rest, to breathe again. And now, everything is falling into place. Remember this day. Remember 6:33 p.m., not as a moment of fear, but as the hour heaven showed you exactly who was not meant to come with you. This is your reset. This is your re-entry. You are walking into your next chapter with strength, knowing the door will open the moment your spirit arrives, because you were always the true key. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.